Hey guys, welcome to another episode of War Divisions, where I do anything related to MR units or lower and some other stuff. So we're in like week 2 of the transcendent era of War Divisions, year 3, and I got new goals now. So now I got all the MR lower rated units to 120. Now we got a new goal in mind, and that's gonna be to take all these lower rate units and take them to 140. But why stop there? Why not try to max reincarnate them? Because I'm a madman. I don't know if I'll ever get to that, but I just wanted to show my progress with Mont Leonis. Right now, I reincarnated him 23 times. This is based on the scrolls gained from the shop from week 1, and now we're in week 2. Some more scrolls came in, but I haven't bought those yet because I want to pull for Yuffie first. Hopefully down the road they add more scrolls in to make it a bit easier. I want to say not a bit easier, a bit more free to play friendly, because right now you can only get scrolls from using vids or spending money. So for now, I'll reincarnate lower rare units, and I'm just gonna take UR units to 140. I won't bother reincarnating them, unless it's like some unit that I really like from my favorite series, like from Final Fantasy 6 or for Persona. If Persona ever comes back, I am definitely going to reincarnate all of them. But yeah, I think it's going to be a bit easier to do it for the lower units because it's way cheaper on the Viz, and you get more of those. So it feels like this system makes the lower rare units shine better, and I like that. So to me, the system's nice. Do we just need more access to scrolls, more access to shards? Because eventually, that will dry up if you don't pull a lot. But anyway, today's video is about Mont. Just wanted to just go over his dream reincarnate enhancement. The bestow effect that you see here: missile attack resistance up 30, all attack elemental resist of 10, killer drain blade enhance. And I've been messing around with 140 Mont like this in arena, and I have to say he's pretty even better now. I really enjoyed playing with him so much that I want to build like a lot more teams around him. He could be, thanks to his enhancements, he's more tankier. Although he is missing stuff that other tanks will have, like he doesn't have his own access to shell, protect, barrier, stuff like that. But what he's missing, a supporter unit can provide. So if you pair him up with the right supporter unit, he's phenomenal. He's good. He's really good. He's a unit I do recommend everyone to 140. At the very least, to 140. You don't have to reincarnate him, do the reset athon. You don't have to do that. At least take him to 140 because these enhancements are just too good. First, I just want to go over the killer drain blade buff. So they really turned this into a really nice move. So what they added here is that hold on. Let's go off for a minute to check out. Screw up. Sometimes this thing doesn't screw up. All right. So first, Killer Blade had the enhancement of gaining the defense piercing and bestows man eater on top of the damage it does. So it gained more attack power. Now, with the enhancement from the 140 ability, it will also get AP break and AP recovery. The AP break is 20 at max, and the recovery is half that, so you recover 10 back. If you build your Mont to be a bruiser, apply some way to like gain AP back when you're doing damage. I think there's a unit that could do that. You're looking at a very cost-effective move that helps heal and does a lot of damage. Like this is AP 26. I think I forgot. There's a unit that will give allies the ability to gain AP on critical hit. If you know who I'm talking about, just comment below because I can't remember off the top of my head. Combo with that. This is gonna be a cheap killer Drain Blade. There's the sword from the Final Fantasy IV event. That's eventually gonna come back. That gives AP cost reduction to your moves, so that's gonna help make this a lot cheaper. This is his go-to move. This is his signature move now. And if you make a bruiser, this move is phenomenal. Even if you make a tank, this move is great because he absorbs all the damage he dealt. So that means if he's low on health, he can possibly get it all back. So that's great. Another thing is that his enhancements really focus on his tank stuff as well. And I just want to show off some builds that I've been messing with. These aren't like standard builds. This is just me messing around with how things will look. So let's go all the way down because I put them all on the bottom. Go down. All right. So here, this one's a missile resistance build. So I just wanted to show like just from these items alone, we got Mont up to 95% missile resistance on top of all the other stuff he has. And I still have slots available for other gear, and then of course other units you want to tag them with. So that's just missile alone. Remember, when you're building your units, especially your tank units, there's an 80% cap on how much resistance you can put onto a unit. Also keep in mind that espers do not count towards that cap. So this bracer gives 25 missile resistance for the first 3 turns, but it does count for these calculations so that you could see right away. Then we have Zazan's card that gives earth units 20 resistance, missile resistance. And then if you put Mass of Deceit in the sub slot, you get additional 10 resistance. So that's 20, 10, 30 plus 25. That's 55. Plus the 30 resistance gained from his bestowed reincarnation ability, the 140 ability. That's additional 85 right there. But because of the cap, 5 of it gets subtracted and you're left with just 80. So I could build, you could pretty much build him to be resistance to missile with just 3 slots plus the an Esper that has missile resistance. So here I have the Death Machine, which is it's a limited time Esper. It comes around in the Final Fantasy 1 event. There's other non-limited that has missile resistance. I just picked the first one. And he provides 10, 20, 25 missile resistance. And Mont starts in the negatives for his missile resistance. So stacking all this brings him to 95, which is 5% off from Nullify. But I don't think there's any way to get that extra 5 because, again, the cap is there. And I'm pretty sure on-map buffs also apply to that cap. But if someone could correct me on that, that'd be great. I'm never too sure because I don't look at my stats when I do on field buffs, not butts. But that's missile. Then here I decided to do a Pierce build because although his 140 bestow effect doesn't give Pierce resistance, his master ability 2 upgrade did. So he gained 25% Pierce resistance, which I believe that also put him in the positives because he was in the negatives before. And I also was able to get him to 95% Pierce resistance if I was just focused on piercing alone, just from a few things. Of course, this requires someone else holding a card, but you can see that he could get pretty strong. So what I'm trying to show is that with his enhancements, he becomes more of a tank. He's almost like a mini King Mont. Well, okay. Yeah, technically he is. He is Mont. He's Mont before the King, but they're steering him more towards like that. If you understand what I mean. Here I did a lightning resistance build, and I got him up to 95%. I think you can get him to nullify actually. You just have to switch some stuff around. Oh, I know why. Because before there was trust stones on this that had all elemental resistance. So, and I kind of switched those around. So hold on 1 second. I'm gonna show you nullify right now once I find that item that I put it on. All right, here it goes. Because this is part of the next build. So equip. And now I should have nullify lightning. See? Nullify. So if you want Mont to face against lightning teams, especially since most of them have missile attacks in them, then you can send Mont out and he will be fine. Mont still has that huge weakness to magic. But I've been pairing him up pretty well with Aerith, who has good magic barriers and provides spirit buffs, and giving Mont some magic resistance to help get it out the negatives. Yeah, he's pretty good at tanking some magic lightning units like Renaud and Skahal. And this is like a win build because his elemental resistance puts all his stats into the positives, but he still has -5 wind resistance in the end. So if you stack some wind resistance, then he'll get up to 40%. If you pair him up with someone like Valade that has a wind resistance buff, then that could go higher, and he could pretty much tank wind units. I actually put him against some wind units to test it out, and yeah, he was taking hits pretty well. So I was pretty impressed with that. Of course, the buffs only last for a few turns. But yeah, I just wanted to show that. In my honest opinion, I think it's worth taking Mont to 140, since the mats are separate for each set of units. So URs have their own mats, MR has their own mats. So you're a bit more flexible who you could choose. So you could choose UR and still have mats for MR. So if you're looking for an MR unit to take to 140, I highly suggest Mont. He's just really good now. He's the poster child of the game. Well, he's the game. He's the character that everyone gets. And he's also gonna be the easiest to take to 140 anyway. All his shards are guild. You get a ton of them for free. There's no reason not to take Mont to 140. He pretty much is your free 140 for the game when you start the game. If you're a new player. So these are my thoughts. I'm gonna try to do some arena battles in the upcoming week. And also look out for a pull video because I am gonna pull for Yuffie. Other than that, hope this was short enough. Catch you guys later. Peace.